Guess who's recording this in a normal mannered time? Me.
Wow, that's strange.
Oh my god. How do you get out of the basement?
Well, this time you didn't put me in the basement.
I didn't put you in the basement?
No.
Okay. I'll deal with that later, and also put you back in there later. Can you sit down in the corner again?
Yeah, I mean, I've been sitting there ever since.
Of course you have. Hi, if you didn't know from the last time, today we're doing D&D. I'm going to drop my D&D characters, talk about them a little, their adventures, where they started, where they end, if they ever ended, or have ended so far. I have 6 of them out of the 7, except for I haven't played the 7th one yet, so we're not going to talk about her because she really doesn't have a story. Well, she sort of does. Let's get on with the rest of the video. Yay! I didn't tell you to be quiet, did I?
No.
What does the corner mean?
I'm supposed to be quiet.
Alrighty. Let's actually get started. We are starting off with my first D&D character, Yang Xiaolong. Yes, she's named after a Ruby character. I really liked Ruby. And now I'm still not caught up. I haven't watched, any of it. I haven't even finished the Atlas art. For Yang Xiaolong, her personality was eventually chosen as noble after I had already finished her first part of the campaign. So, her backstory was also created then. She is a knight. Well, actually, she's an ex-knight at that point. She left knighthood because, things. She has blonde hair, red eyes, Yang Xiaolong, obviously. And her main weapon is a scythe. Though she does have a weapon corresponding to each of the Ruby characters. She has gauntlets, she has a rapier, she has a greatsword. Why is it a greatsword? I don't know, I gave her a greatsword. I did not draw her with a greatsword. But she has a scythe. That's her main weapon. If I were to draw her now, because remember, this was drawn over a year ago, I don't think I'd do what I have drawn then. Which is fair, my style has. But also, now I don't give a fuck what some random asshole on the internet thinks fantasy armor should be historical or realistic. And here's the thing, it's fantasy, buddy. Stop looking for sympathy points on the internet. Anyway, do I think that I would not have drawn the chest plate that way? Also because I don't know how to draw chest plates. At the time, I barely do now. So, you'll see that I stopped giving a fuck, at my last one. Yeah. Her story entertains with the next one. So, here's the final product. Do we like it? On to the next one. This is, I believe her name is Scarlet Ichigo Scarlet, one of the two. Because I liked Tokyo Mew Mew at the time. Yeah. Why Scarlet? I don't actually know that. She has pink hair, and also is an ex-slave. Yeah, that's a part of her lore. In the world of D&D, there was an entire slave trade, and elves were the slaves, and she's got out, and is the reason that the last one, left being a knight. Yeah, now they live together. Only one of them pays rent. That's not a joke. That is the funny things. Her outfit's very plain. I would have drawn something different. But also, she has a talking dagger. Their name is Loki. It was given upon them without their will. They didn't, yeah. They also have another friend. They were a druid. This one's a rogue. The last one was a fighter. I don't think I said that. But, she talked more. I started learning how to talk to people. Also, this is when I actually drew art for someone, and I kind of wish that I got paid for it. I did not. I drew them a hammer. Axe. I don't remember what it was. I don't really care. But yeah, I would have drawn... Now, what if I were to draw her? I would have drawn her better. I would have given a slightly more complex outfit. But that is a cloak. The cloak that she wears is an actual thing that was in the game that she wore. Yeah. I actually hate those shoes. Oh my god. Actually, fun fact, this was the second time I tried to play her. The first one is right before I stopped going to the after school thing that I went to as a kid. But I didn't care. Here's the actual final product. Yeah. On to the next one, which is much better. The next one is Alethea. Named after my OC Alethea, but has no similarities between the two. One's hypersexual, one's sex repulsed asexual, and also aromantic. Anyway, they are a bard. They successfully seduced a dragon. Their outfit is not based on fighting. It's entirely based on seduction. I'm not going to lie. I did the bard thing, and that's what it mattered. She was... I have actually one time cosplayed as her for a convention that I went to. I had a ukulele instead of a lute, like she has, but you know, she's fun. She is a dragonborn. I do not know how to draw dragonborns very clearly. I did okay, honestly. She eventually got killed, as happens. She was fighting with I think it was a frost giant. She was fighting with one other person, and then they got eaten. The funny thing is, right beforehand, I believe I was dying of poison. No, the paladin I was with was dying of poison, except for no, they weren't. They were being a little baby, and just forgot. They just forgot. So we went out to get berries to get something to help with the poisoning, and yeah. And then at some point I needed the character, so we just went, no, that all happened to the person who's on a dragon. Yeah. My funny story that technically has to do with the campaign, but not really. At the end of one of the campaigns, apparently I did not look very well. I literally got asked, you don't look very well, and if I'm okay. And I just go, I probably just didn't get enough sleep. It was not that I did not get enough sleep. I was sick. Because when I got home, I threw up everywhere. So fun. Anyway, here's the final product. On to the next one. The next one is Selenite. She is entirely based on Sailor Moon. That's why her name's Selenite. She is a fae. She has an entire kingdom, she's a princess of a kingdom of crystal that is formed when a fae creature moved into it, and then people started going, and she has a really strict rule on how many gnomes are allowed in a building, because last time there was too many gnomes in a building, an elf got killed. Actually, it was 2, but like that's the lore I ended up writing for this character. They were basically apprentice of Queen Titania, I think is her name. I don't remember. It's been a minute. She was a sorcerer. She has 3 different outfits. We have her princess one. We have her like out adventuring, and we have her full transformed. Because, yeah, yippee! I love her the normal amount. This was the one that I got to play for a campaign with my brother. So I ended up sprucing up a design for Sailor Moon's outfit, if you couldn't tell. And her princess one feels like Princess Peach. I'm not very subtle with like what I'm referencing. Like at all. Yeah. I know a bunch of lore to do with I think Titania. She's in an open marriage. And she's friends with the lich that we were going to go after. And yes, there's an entire deal between Titania and the lich where it's just like, yo, can I have your disciple for a little bit? And they're like, sure, because like the drinking buddies. I think that's funny. Editing me here, I forgot to talk about one of the biggest things with Selenite is that, yes, she is 14, but also, no, she's not. Because, yes, her mentality is that of a 14-year-old because she is fae in some way. So, she's both 14, but on Earthrealm years, she's 1,120. I thought I should add that in there. Anyway, here is all of the final products, back to back. Onto the next one. the next D&D character is Olive Art. She is a tiefling, she's a druid, and she seems original, right? No. Yeah, originality doesn't happen. Anyway, she is slightly based off of a genderment version of Harry Potter on my phone. Like, that's where her name came from. And then she doesn't talk, so she's not really Harry Potter, at all. Oops. That's why she has the wand, though. So, you know. Wow, the author of Harry Potter has been lost to time. I guess it's Daniel Radcliffe. I can say words now. She has red eyes, black hair, whatever. Her dress is very pretty. I drew 2 different versions just for the shoes, because at this point, I still, for some reason, cared about a random loser on the internet. And his opinions. I don't care anymore. I'm sorry, I really dislike this dude. Anyway, she talked once the entire campaign at the beginning, and never again. She also was the richest, because she looted a really rich guy at some point. That's it. Yeah. So, fun. I don't know what else to say. She's just very pretty. I like her dress. I don't think I'd change her dress. Like, genuinely, I don't have stories to tell about her. That's all I have. Here are the results. On to the next one. Last but not least, we have Shiki Me, who is named after the person whose story I've been telling. Yes, they have a name. Their name is Shiki Me. And not just ego, like their 3D model would tell you. Yeah, don't question me. Shiki Me is a psychopath. That's just true. They're also clay. They are a halfling. Don't ask how they're clay and a halfling. Don't question it. It makes sense in lore. She is one of the 2 D&D characters I'm currently playing. One of them I didn't draw, so I'm just not going to record for them. You get to wait till... What did it take me, like 8 years to play that many? It'll take me less. But we are having fun. Shikimi has a talking weapon. Yippee! And I actually like her outfit. This tells you how much I just stopped caring about what people think. She mainly uses her maul, but she also has a sentient sword. Their name is Yamato. If you didn't realize, yes, they are a Devil May Cry fucking sword. They have the ability to be gay. Yay. They also have just a rapier and a dagger, but you can't see the dagger in this because it's like they're I forget what it's called, but it's basically their backup knife. Yeah, they smite people. They're a paladin. They're also a wizard now, because I wanted them to be a necromancer. So, now to that one person, why don't you choose a different class? There's definitely better classes. This is one of the ones I play in 5e, even though 5e kind of sucks. But, you know, fun, right? They like tormenting people. Like I said, a little bit of a psychopath. They literally follow the death god of their world because they didn't care, I guess is the best way to describe it. Basically, they got bored. The death god, by the way, wants to destroy the entire world. They got bored, decided, yeah, let's destroy the entire world. Why not? I got nothing better to do. And so they followed the death god. That's it. And sometimes I say severely depressing things that like terrifies my group. They go, huh? I don't know. Last D&D session, at the time of recording, I was wearing a wig because I got bored that morning and decided to wear a wig, and I took off the wig towards the end, and they're like, oh my god, it was a wig. I find that funny. I did walk over a mile to get home in boots that were not made for walking. But, you know, who needs to know how to drive? Or make sure they have a ride before they go somewhere. Here's the final product. I love her. She has no, real soul. But she also has a Displacer Beast. So, you know. Yippee!
So, when was this video supposed to be finished by? Early December? And what time is it now? Early January? Cool. Want to tell me what happened? I stopped working on the animation for the beginning. Yeah. Well, at least you eventually did get it done. In fact, you got most of the video done before you finished the ending, which is strange. But, you know. Well, you got it anyway. You got it eventually. Yeah. Stop making me wait months. Fair. You have a fair point there. Now, go to the basement, or I'll take you there in a minute. Make sure you're in the basement. I hope you all had a fun time. Here's all of them. Here's all of them standing next to each other. I like them. I like my little guys. I hope you all had a great day. I have other socials. They're in the description. That would be greatly appreciated if you check me out on other social medias. I don't post on Twitter very much. But I do have a Blue Sky. I don't post there very much either. I have a TikTok. Anyway. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'm gonna go back to doing random things and random campaigns. And maybe I'll talk about it later.